10 reasons no one likes Queen Camilla and King Charles. Starting off with number 10, the unwelcome mistress. British public's acceptance of Camilla as Charles's lover was put on hold after Diana's tragic passing. And even though it seemed illogical, Diana's passing made Camilla a supervillain in the royal saga. Camilla wasn't seen in public for 8 months following the tragedy due to Diana's passing and the subsequent backlash. Number 9, the royal affair. Now this one isn't a big secret, but the Princess of Wales was very much aware of Charles cheating on her with Camilla. His mistress at the time was regarded as a villain long before Diana and Charles filed for divorce. On top of that, she was resented up until the princess's untimely passing, and her life truly changed in the days following that incident. The then Duchess of Cornwall was not specifically held accountable for Diana's misfortune, but the people of Britain did find a newfound hatred for her greatest foe. For Diana's greatest foe. Because of the hatred, Camilla had to hide for months. And if Camilla had never gotten herself in this mess with Charles, being one of the most hated royals would have been something she would have to worry about. But it makes you question, if he cheated on Diana, who knows if he's cheated on Camilla? You know what they say, once a cheater, always a cheater. Number 8, the palace staff. Even Prince Charles's cleaning staff once kept his affair with Camilla a secret from Princess Diana, or at the very least they tried. The Prince of Wales' affair with the Duchess of Cornwall, which occurred while Charles was married to Diana, is well known to royal family followers. And it's safe to assume that some members of the royal family are not satisfied with the fact that the affair was getting screen time on Netflix's The Crown Season 4, making it by far one of the biggest royal relationship scandals. In a well-known interview with News of the World in 1995, the prince's valet, Ken Stronach, shared shocking details about Charles's affair. He was even fired because of his breach of confidentiality. Stronach claimed at the time that he scrubbed grass stains from Charles's pajamas after the prince would sneak out of bed in the middle of the night to meet with Camilla. Charles even made sure his staff made his bed look like he slept there by ruffling it up. It was pretty elaborate, but no one was fooled by it. Number 7, revealing the big secret. Charles and Camilla probably would have married much earlier if Diana had survived and gotten married as expected. Instead, for a number of years, they kept the relationship under wraps and out of the public eye. In 2004, the Prince of Wales tied the knot with his longtime partner, and she chose not to style her name as Princess of Wales, which was Diana's former title, even though she technically could have done so out of respect for her. Number 6, Prince Harry. In his most recent memoir, Spare, Prince Harry's portrayal of his stepmother Camilla is perhaps the most critical. Despite the fact that Charles and Camilla had been romantically involved on and off for decades, they did get married even after Harry and William begged Charles to reconsider. Prince Harry has not forgotten that Princess Diana referred to Camilla as the third person in her marriage. Harry once said that the tabloids had portrayed her as the villain, and in their union, she was the third person and needed to improve her appearance. The two brothers did not consider it necessary and thought it would do more harm than good. And they still wanted their father to be happy, but never expected them to get married. Harry stated because of the need for her to rehabilitate her image and the connection she was making within the British press, that made her dangerous. Additionally, there was a clear willingness on both sides to exchange information. Given that she was on her way to becoming queen consort and that she belonged to a family that was structured in a hierarchical manner, there were bound to be people or bodies discarded in the open. Harry claimed that Camilla and even his father used him or William to get better coverage in the tabloids for themselves. Number 5. Diana's mental health struggles. Diana struggled while trying to find her place in the royal family, and her mental health needs were not met. The royal family has tiptoed around acknowledging its failures in relation to Princess Diana, but years ago, they flat out blamed her for everything that happened to her. In one chilling report, Princess Diana is said to have thrown herself down the stairs while pregnant with Prince William. She had morning sickness throughout the pregnancy and also struggled with an eating disorder. In her documentary, Diana, in her own words, she says, "Charles said I was crying wolf, and I said I felt so desperate and I was crying my eyes out, and he said, 'I'm not gonna listen, you're always doing this to me. I'm going riding now.' So I threw myself down the stairs." Unfortunately, Prince Charles didn't seem very bothered. The Queen comes out absolutely horrified, shaking. She was so frightened. "I knew I wasn't gonna lose the baby." Quite bruised around the stomach, Charles went out riding, and when he came back, it was just dismissal. Total dismissal. He just carried on out of the door. Total jerk. Number 4, King Charles and Jimmy Savile. King Charles seems to be at the heart of most of the scandals relating to the British royal family. In 2022, he was associated with the prolific British youth abuser, Jimmy Savile. A Netflix documentary released on April 6 delved into the horrific story of Jimmy, a man who used his power as a beloved TV personality to cover up decades of abuse against vulnerable children. The Metropolitan Police estimated that the total number of victims was 589, most of whom were under the age of 18. His crimes weren't properly investigated until after his passing in 2011, despite decades of rumors and accusations. It seems these royal family members always attract a certain crowd. The docuseries Jimmy Savile, a British horror story, bears many revelations, one of which was Savile's closest relationship with Charles. On to number 3, hiding details about their wealth. The royal family is under few requirements to disclose details of its wealth, but all I'm gonna say is, if you want to find out, you can. The family's communications with the government are exempt from freedom of information requests, and their official papers are kept secret by Britain's National Archives for at least 50 years. Lack of transparency has led anti-monarchy groups, including the Republic, to call the monarchy an unaccountable public institution that has the power, secrecy, and influence to willfully abuse its position. Without a change, many details of the royal family's private wealth may never be known. Facts about the Duchy of Lancaster's offshore investments were leaked back in 2017. Those detailed roughly $13 million in offshore accounts. Other reports have suggested questionable foreign dealings or arrangements. King Charles was once accused of offering to help secure a knighthood for a Saudi national in response to a donation to his charitable foundation. Number 2, Princess Diana's letter. One of Diana's former butlers, Paul, said that the princess predicted her own passing in a car crash. That's pretty eerie. Apparently, she was so scared 10 months before she passed that she wrote to Paul saying that there was a plot made by a member of the royal family and that her car brakes would be tampered with and she would suffer serious head injuries, and all of this would be so that the Prince of Wales could marry again. So what did they do with that letter? Well, they keep it in a very safe place, and will Charles ever elaborate on this super suspicious letter? Most likely not, but we do still want the answers. And finally, number 1, the worst kept affair. After a publicly disastrous marriage, Diana and Charles split up in '92 and got a divorce in '96. One of their main disagreements was, of course, the affair with Camilla, which was the monarchy's worst kept secret. Diana told Martin Bashir in the infamous Panorama interview, there were three of us in this marriage, so it was a little crowded. Despite the Princess of Wales' assertion that she was terrified of Camilla, Diana boldly stated to her, "I'd just like you to know that I know exactly what is going on." Camilla tried to disprove the claim by claiming she had no idea what Diana was talking about, and Diana recalled Camilla saying that she had everything she could ever want and all the men in the world. And when asked what else she could want, Diana told Camilla, "I want my husband." It's important not to overlook these little-known details about Charles and Diana. But that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more news on your favorites. And I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.